I started National Organization for Renal Disease, NORD, in 1997. I actually wanted to start the organization because I had lived and have lived with chronic disease for about 46 years.
Mamie was born with what you might call a threefer: high blood pressure, a blocked renal artery, and a genetic kidney disease. With the proper care, she could have put off dialysis until her 60s. But it wasn't until her late 30s that she was properly diagnosed. By then, dialysis was her only option.
I had to do something because I didn't want more people to end up like me and have their life totally changed and their quality of life totally changed.
Mamie did do something. Since 1998, NORD has gone into at-risk communities and performed over 42,000 free health screenings, telling people in minutes their risk of renal disease.
Being on dialysis is a hard life for probably about 95% of the people that's on it. There's only a small fraction of people on dialysis that are really healthy and happy at that level at all. Everybody is tentative and struggling from day to day. I mean, that's the way it is. Sometimes I'm lying in the bed thinking, if I just had a little bit more strength, there's a whole lot of more things I could do to make a difference. But I thank God for the strength that I do have and what I am able to do. Everybody have to set their own goals and dreams and shoot for that. And that's what I try to do.
During treatment, Mamie's days start at 3 o'clock in the morning and go until around noon. The dialysis area is always lit, machines are always going, and people are stirring. Most of the time, it's impossible for her to sleep, but she makes the best of it.
This is lifelong, unless they get a kidney. And really, when you get a transplant, you just go from being a dialysis patient to a transplant patient. You go from one set of, I don't want to say, I don't want to say problems, but there's issues that you learn to deal with when you're on dialysis, and you get it all in your little life, and everything kind of goes smoothly. And then all of a sudden you get a transplant, and it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new regimen for your diet, for your medications. And so people have to learn a whole different thing.
The organ transplant wait list is 7 to 10 years for a kidney. Many people will die waiting for a transplant, particularly a kidney transplant. Every approximately 17 minutes, someone gets on the transplant wait list, and approximately every 13 minutes, someone dies waiting on that transplant. There are approximately 336,000 people doing kidney dialysis today, and that number increases every minute of the day. Dialysis is trauma to your body. It really is, and I don't think a lot of people know that. It's traumatic for your body. And I think you only get cleaned, I think about 10%, maybe 20%. Now keep in mind, your kidneys are working 24 hours, 7 days a week, cleaning toxins from your body. This machine is just a machine, and it does the best that it can do to keep you alive and keep you functioning, but it's just a machine.
Despite everything that Mamie has going on, she's always positive. I asked her how she does it, and why it is that she does what she does. This is what she said.
I think one person summed it up best for me when they looked me in my eyes and I told them that your blood sugar is 500, your renal function, your creatinine is at 6. You need to go to the hospital right away to see a physician, possibly, have an access inserted so you can be dialyzed and put on insulin before you go into a coma and die. And he looked at me with tears in his eyes and he said, I'm so glad that you're here for us, because nobody ever cares about us. Nobody ever does anything for us for free. We're just almost invisible.
The best hope for anyone on dialysis is a transplant. That's where donation comes in. Here's Mamie.
There's a real solution to the transplant wait list. If everyone became an organ donor, there would be no more need for a transplant wait list. Think about the millions of lives that would be saved every minute of the day if everyone became an organ donor. Most people that suffer with kidney disease
between 18 and like 65 or 70. That's just about everybody. So anybody can develop it. There's no exemption.
Mamie hopes to turn Nord into a full research facility one day. She says dialysis can be a dream killer, and that everyone should have the right to pursue their dreams. In the meantime, she looks forward to a transplant. She says she wants to return to her band, where she's going to sing and dance well into her 90s.
You got to be positive. You do the best you can. And, you know, what they old saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.